Hello, and welcome to week 1 of Beer League Season 10 for some Tuesday Night League action. Tonight we have Team KGB, Keep Yanking Bot, versus Team 1IQ. 1IQ? A lot of former players, or a lot of longtime Beer League players in the match tonight, although many of them took last season off. So we'll see if they can go right back to their I didn't practice. Right back to their winning ways. Or losing ways? Well, actually, I guess they both did pretty well last time they played, so there you go. Yep. We're just waiting for them to finish creating the lobby here, and then we'll get started on game 1. All right, let's go ahead and for those of you who don't know, all the series are going to be best of 3 for this entire season, which is exciting. It's a lot more fun to either win or lose a series. No ties. And every team's going to play each other at least once with 10, or play each other once during the regular season with 10 teams. So 9 total weeks of regular season and then playoffs. Double elimination, I believe. Let's see, and I have not. Yeah, the mic looks fine. Okay. I should have said that before I blabbed a bunch, but that's okay. I need to remember to get some chill music for this. I'll have to ask somebody what we can use during these downtimes when the players are being goofballs and not playing. All right, we got our draft link here for game 1. So then switch over, and it is KGB on blue side first. Perfect. All right. Let's see, what are they saying? Ah, we are blue side. Okay, yes, they did get that correct then. Let me change my sound settings here before I forget. And that. Just so we don't get spoiled by the client when the games end. And while we're waiting for them to go line up, let's take a look at the two team rosters here. Which one? Let's see. I think it's this one I want for this, right? Yeah, here we go. So on the left side in team blue, where the heck are they? Here they are. KGB. We got Pat Jones in top lane, and Easy Eddie in jungle. They're both 1-pointers. Kind of the curse of playing with Pyro. And you got Simino Moss and Empirical at ADC, 3 points each respectively, and then Pyro and the big boy here at 7 points. Will he be able to carry his team from the support role? We'll see. And then meanwhile, looks like they got a couple subs too. Okay, we'll see if they see it. We'll see them at some point. Then over here on Team 1IQ, we have Sleepy Pan in top lane, aka you just got slapped. Riot, decided they didn't like his name for some reason. So he's very sad or very grumpy about that, but he had to change it. And then we got Dunivan here at the jungle at 2 points. And then 4 points, we got Rihi in mid lane. Rihi plays everything. Wandering Monarch coming in the bot lane at 3 points. And then Super Noob again at the support at 3 points. And then they've got a couple supports as well, but neither of them are playing tonight. So we'll go ahead and switch to the draft. Are they ready? New lobby. So wait. Can we... I'm having some technical difficulties trying to get the tournament codes to work. Now, Bunny, you were there in the chat, right? Do they, does that, was it that app you're working on? Does that let you change stream titles, or is that still something we have to get other people to do once I'm using the app? Oh, okay. I guess they're recreating the lobby. Can I change stream titles, switch to overlays? Okay. All right. Well, I might just have to bug one of the people with the stream access every time, as I've been doing, but that's okay. Thank you, though. All right, now we finally got both the teams in here. We ready to start the draft? My baby mama's mama and papa are Rihi. That's impressive. Rihi is capable of lots of powers. Is that a different link or is that the same link? Let's see. Whoa. What that? That's not right. Oh, here we go. I think. Oh, I have it already. Never mind. One exciting thing we do have going into this season is that we're going to have Aurora available now. She was not allowed during last season because she was too new, but now we'll see if teams are ready to bust her out right away. I don't think Aurora is going to be a very, very scary beer league champion this season for the mids that are able to play her. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. All right, here we go. He's scary on her. Yeah, I have seen I think I've seen him play Aurora once. So she's a little weird, but once you get used to her, the power's definitely there. That ulti is nutty. Like it's horrifying how good he is. All right, and some interesting bands coming in so far. Pike band right away. I guess they're afraid of Pyroan on Pike. I guess that makes sense. And they're going to go ahead and ban the Yasuo. They know that Wandering Monarch likes to play Yasuo bot lane. I figure it makes sense to get rid of that. Don't want to deal with that wild card. Fair enough. And then Udyr bans. So as usual, lots of jungle bans. And then a Caitlyn ban, which is interesting. You don't see a lot of Caitlyn bans. And it's going to be the Hui first pick locked in for KGB. And that could really go a few different places, to be honest. But I assume Simeon will be playing that mid lane. Meanwhile, let's see what kind of jungler that Dunivan is going to play here. I'm actually not familiar with his jungle pool. He's normally not a jungler, so looks like he's going to go with the Jarvan. Okay. Damn, we're up to 17 viewers. The inaugural stream. I love it. And then it's going to be the Seraphine lock-in for Team 1IQ. All right. Let's go. Mr. and Mrs. Ched. That's an interesting Twitch Twitch username there, Ched. I assume that's you, Ched. And it's going to be the Zac and Ezreal in for KGB. I like that. They already got the makings of a very nasty long-range comp here for KGB. Then it's going to be the Ornn lock-in. Well, I've played too back in the day. Fair enough. I didn't even know Ched was married. You learn things. Fair enough. Well, Silas ban is interesting because I feel like mid and jungle are already accounted for, unless they think the Zac is like a support or something. I don't know. I imagine it'll probably take a week or two for everyone to kind of get into the swing of these pick bans again, especially for people who took the season off. One IQ, one IQ, one IQ. There's going to be a Vigar final ban for 1IQ. Interesting. It's going to look like a final ban Zaya for KGB. That's smart. That is one of Wandering Monarch's go-to ADCs, although it looks like he's actually going to be playing Seraphine ADC this game. Interesting. Seraphine Sona bot lane. I remember those days. The degeneracy that is Seraphine Sona bot lane. You don't really see it often much these days, but I remember when that was the pick in bot lane for a while. It was dark times. I'm worried their team's going to be a little low on damage, though. Their team, all between those four champions, it's really not a lot of damage. I'd like to see some real crazy carry pick for the mid lane here for 1IQ to wrap up the comp. Ooh, and then it's going to be the Kale lock-in for KGB. Interesting. That's going to be, what was it, Toru? Is it Toru on Kale? No. No, Toru is the team I'm playing against. No, the top laner for KGB is, I actually don't remember. Is that Pat Jones on Kale? I guess it could be. That's right. Yeah, it's Pat Jones. It might very well be. And then it's going to be Blitzcrank support. Very interesting. Final pick. I want to see a big carry pick IQ for your mid laner. Let's see it. I mean, Yone can do a lot of damage, but he can also struggle to get into range. So we'll see how that works out. I would have liked to have seen some kind of like good ranged carry or something, but I guess I don't know what it would be. I guess they can do the. I guess their team has a lot of playmaking too, so they could play that way. So all right, fair enough. Right now we're waiting for them to do the actual champ select in the client. Who do you guys like for game one? I have very serious concerns about one IQ's comp. Like it scales well, but in terms of like DPS, are they gonna be able to kill this front line, this Zach for KGB? Like there's not a lot of DPS on this team. And yeah, they have tons of pick potential, but when it comes to all out team fights, they might struggle. Meanwhile, I will say KGB's team is a little disjointed as well. Blitzcrank doesn't fit particularly well with, I would really say, any of these champions. Maybe Hui, but Zach wants to go in. Blitz wants to pull him towards his team. Kale wants to just play safe and scale for a long time. So we'll see. Also, that splash art looks weird at that angle. I guess it's like her pauldron or whatever. I guess you see more of it than you usually can in the icon, but it just looks a little odd to me. You already know 1IQ. I'm liking KGB's comp, but if 1IQ gets rolling early, it can be Jover. I agree with that. The question is, how do they get rolling? I mean, if the Seraphine Sona bot lane is getting rolling, I think you really messed up somewhere. Yone and Jarvan could be scary, especially with the Hui not being particularly mobile. You could probably dive the Kale with Jarvan and Ornn, to be honest. Yeah, if you have J4. That is true. That is true. That is true. And we'll see how Pat Jones does on the Kale there. Will he be able to farm well enough to make that pick worth it? I think Ornn is generally not a bad matchup for Kale as far as Kale matchups go. But it can reach a point where the Ornn is just tanky enough that him and his jungler could just 100-0 you under the tower repeatedly, even with your ulti. So that could be a real risk. Whether or not they can coordinate that well enough to pull it off, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I like Kale a lot. She's one of my main champions, but as I've gotten the higher you level, I've gotten the harder she is to play because junglers and top laners just absolutely feast on how weak you are early. And like you think Kale would be hard to dive because of her ulti, but the cooldown is so long early that they could just like blow it and then come back in 30 seconds and kill you again, or come back in a minute and kill you again. And even with the ulti, like that only buys you 2.5 seconds. Otherwise, you're really squishy. You don't have any dashes, so surviving dives is tough, and you don't have enough wave control to keep the wave from hitting your tower in a lot of matchups. So, I mean, Mundo's the same way though. So, being a weak top laner is tough in high elo because junglers will just feast on you. They just dive you over and over. Does 1IQ have enough to get through Zach? Yeah, that was what I was saying at the beginning. Yeah, I'm like, I have serious concerns about their team's DPS, especially if they don't build correctly. Like Seraphine needs to know she needs to build like carry here. She can't build like the typical like support items you normally see on Seraphine. So hopefully Wandering Monarch is aware of that. Also, Rihi on Yone is interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen him play Yone. I'm sure he can, but we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, you got about a couple minutes. Yeah, Yon with Bork Rush and Seraphine with Leandries. Yeah, I think that's what you have to do. I think you're right. Mm, 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 mm. I'm looking at our. I'm just watching the stream muted on my phone, and it's giving me this little thing, and it's like, get the sub now to be #1. I'm like, can people even sub to the Beer League channel? Is that a thing? I don't think the Beer League channel has subs, right? That'd be cool if it did, and we had enough viewers for that was viable, but no, I don't. I'm pretty sure there's one emote. There's one sub emote we can sub. Really interesting. I never knew that. That's cool. I never knew that before. All right, we're getting loaded into the game here. Let me switch to the right overlay. Ooh. Okay, Rihi, he's got the. Is that the $200 Yone skin, Rihi? Are you the one keeping the game free to play for everybody? Let's just roll Z to zoom out a little bit. All right, that sounds a little loud. The game sounds a little loud to me on my end. Let me know if it's too loud in the stream, and then go ahead and turn them down. All right, and it was what were the keys to change the
30 seconds until minions spawn.
What are the keys to bring up like the overlays that we're supposed to have or whatever? I can't remember. Oh, UON, right? There we go. UON. There we go. Maybe a tiny bit too loud. All right, let me. There we go. Yes, UON. I remember it. I don't know why it's so loud. It should be the same as it was when I cast the finals, but who knows? Riot does things. All right, let's see. What do we have here in terms of items? Anything weird? Oh, interesting. They're swapping Pyro in 2 mid lanes. There's going to be Pyro on the way mid lane. You had to think that was coming, right? Did anyone seriously think that he was going to be playing support every game? No. I don't think anyone everyone wanted that. All right, it's going to be junglers starting opposite sides. Zach starting top, J4 starting bot. I'll be very interested to see if this Ezreal Blitzcrank lane is able to pressure these 2 lovely ladies here at all. Iceborne Star subscribed with Prime. Okay, you can subscribe. He's a KGB fan, fair enough. And Simino Moss there with the flash hook attempt. Unfortunately, he hooks a minion. Not quite what you're looking for. He had to unlock his Hex Flash, guys. It's okay. Can't Hex Flash if you still have Flash. Ooh, and meanwhile, he's actually able to land the hook on Seraphine. Gets It's a decent chunk of damage now, but she's going to be able to just walk out. Respect for the self-flame, though. Did I self-flame, or did somebody in the game self-flame? I didn't see. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Emo pinged a tank. Gotcha. I didn't see it, but I believe it. Well, he's going for a hard trade here, but it looks like he's actually coming out behind on it. Meanwhile, yeah, that Blitz is just pushing. He's positioning real aggressively on them down there, but he's not throwing the hook. So far, pretty slow start to the game. There's a bit of trading in the lanes, but no real kill threats yet. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, Blitz seems more interested in kind of threatening the hooks than actually throwing up the hooks at the moment. So, meanwhile, the Kale has had to actually go back early. I think he got stranded a little bit deep in the lane, and yeah, that's really unfortunate for him. He's going to lose so much EXP because of that. Yeah, that's absolutely what you not want to have happen in top lane. Just get the wave stuck slow pushing, and you have to leave, because then you just miss so much EXP. I mean, he's already down 12 CS. It's going to be even more by the time he finally gets back. Meanwhile, there was an attempted flash EQ by the Jarvan, but didn't quite land on the Hui. So we've seen multiple failed flash plays already so far this game, and it's not even 5 minutes in. Beer League, baby! Woo! There you go. Well. Bets on first blood? Do we want to pick a lane or do we want to pick a player? Oh. If I had to guess first blood, I would guess bot lane, but or Ezreal and Blitz will get first blood, but we'll see. Meanwhile, first dragon is up. First set of grubs are up. Neither team's really in position to try to do either one of them. Ooh, and Zach's getting a gank off on the bot lane, and Super Team's going to have to try to get away. Sona, ooh, she is going to flash, but ooh, and Seraphine was able to kind of body block it long enough for the Sona to get away. So no first blood for them yet. It's a nice gank by Zach. I'm kind of surprised they couldn't convert that into a kill, but there you go. Good job by the 1IQ bot lane to get out of that. Meanwhile, Zach is standing on a pink ward. He just realized he's standing on a pink ward, so now he's going to go ahead and clear it. And Rihi's giving him a little emote spam to let him know that he knows. And Jarvan's going to go ahead and move on here with the prior from his top laner. Go ahead and get this first set of grubs. Smart by him. And meanwhile, first blood over to Rihi on the Yone. Able to pick off the Hui under tower, as Yone players tend to do. So, well played to Rihi. Collect your money, anyone who bet on Rihi getting first blood. Yeah, Yone, Blitz, and maybe Jarvan if they set him up, but, you know. Well, so far, it's about a 500k gold lead here for for Team 1IQ, largely thanks to that kill, although I will say that KGB has a pretty sizable CS lead, bot lane especially, but even more of a CS deficit in top. Pat Jones is having a real tough time controlling the wave and getting that farm on Kale. So, Kale's a hard champ, not like mechanically, but no, like the game knowledge needed to manage the wave so that you can farm early on is really difficult. So, not personally a champ I'd recommend for most people. I mean, I don't even play it a lot of the time anymore, so. Ree going in for another trade here on the Hui. And you have to be very careful this way in this matchup. If you ever use your E and you miss, Yone can basically just go in on you for free. So you got to be real careful. He's going in for another all-in here. Forces out the Hui ulti, and meanwhile he's getting ganked by the Blitz. Blitz tries a flash hook, but he ends up getting the Jarvan instead. There you go. Let's see, hold it. Pat Jones, hold this wave here. Don't let it get in the tower. There you go. Now don't push it too fast. There you go. Oh, okay. Ooh. Is that a dive? Oh, he's just doing that to clear the wave. Interesting. He really didn't want Kale to freeze that. Fair enough. Meanwhile, we got first... I was going to say we had first Dragon Tank, but no, we did not. They were kind of hovering it for a second there. Both junglers are down here. So far, very impressive early farm for the Jarvan here. Maybe a little too much, but it's well done. He ends up stealing the Scuttle Crab as well. Bit of an early early smite there by the Spec. Unfortunate for him. Yeah, I bet you guys didn't expect to see power farming Jarvan today, but here we are. So far, pretty slow start to the game. Not terribly surprising. I'm surprised I haven't seen more action down here in the bot lane with this Blitzcrank. I guess they're just playing really safe and they're conceding a lot of room, even though it's losing them farm. Meanwhile, the Zac is going to go ahead and start his dragon here. He's going to bypass the vision by jumping over into the pit. So this vision's kind of a trap, but I don't know how fast. I mean, wow, Zac's jungle soul is actually faster than I thought. Okay, fair enough. I expected this to be really, really slow, but it's actually not that bad. Okay. Meanwhile, a lot more scrapping going on in the mid lane. I think this is easily the highest. Oh, yeah, easily the highest cost lane matchup on the map. So it makes sense. There's a lot of scrappiness going on. Ooh, is he gonna get him? Yep, he's gonna go ahead and solo kill Pyro in again, and Zac is gonna be able to go there and clean him up afterwards. But wow, it's gonna be another solo kill for Yone, showing that he was justified in buying that $200 skin, at least from a skill perspective. And meanwhile, they're going to go ahead and use that pressure created by the solo kill to go ahead and get this second set of grubs here. So that's going to be all 6 grubs for Team 1IQ. However, the Ezreal does end up getting dove 1v2 by the Seraphine Sona bot lane, which is always a little embarrassing, but what can you do? I mean, this is a good way to get bopped, Mr. Pat Jones. I would not be doing that. Yeah, he got dove under tower and died, even with cleanse. I'm very surprised by that. And a lot of fights breaking out. Nice little kind of CC chain there on the way, but he is able to flash out of the pit. Meanwhile, Jarvan is just kind of stranded there with him, and Yo's trying to help, but he's kind of pulled back by his E. And Ornn is going ahead and rotating down. He's going to land a nice 2-man ulti on the jungle in top lane. So they're going to have to go ahead and flee here. Meanwhile, they're just fighting their way forward. They are able to finish up the Zac, but the rest of Team KGB is coming. They're starting to turn the fight in their favor. And Ezreal's going in hard, but he has to be careful. He can't tank these guys for long. And, ooh, yeah, a lot of different people going down in this fight. The game went from 1 kill to 11 in about 2 or 3 minutes. Ooh, and Pyro has to be careful here. Like, one... I guess Sona could probably flash Q him. That'd be pretty funny. But I guess her rank 1 Q is probably not good enough to do that. But yeah, that was a very scrappy little fight here. A lot of people died there. One IQ up to about a 2k gold lead now, plus the 6 grubs, which is huge. I know Jeff will approve of the 6 grubs. Oh. No one will approve of that, though, however. That was some... I have to say that was a bit of a super noob positioning right there from that Sona. So, whoops. Was all of that for a Gromp? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, Jarvan was farming a Gromp, and then KGB started chasing him out, and then 1IQ came over to help, and then it kind of cascaded. They walked away for 3 minutes, 13 kills. That's what I was saying. Yep. Things kind of livened up real fast in this game. Meanwhile, Rihi's going for another solo kill in the mid lane, and he's going to get it. Yep. Yep, that's tough. If you land that knockup on Yone, you're going to kill Hui, even if Hui lands the fear on you, because the knockup will still go through. That's tough. Meanwhile, they're trying to contest, or A1AQ is trying to contest this this Rift Herald here, but they are outnumbered, but they are doing a great job stalling against the weaker KGB long enough to go ahead. Who got the Rift Herald? I didn't even see. They got the Rift Herald as well. So well done to 1IQ to secure the Rift Herald and survive, outnumbered there. Hui's going to struggle hard in lane now. Oh, yeah. Yep, this is a very bad matchup for Hui. Basically, whenever Yone has his, like both of Yone's gap closers have CC attached to them, right? And the CCs don't get canceled by the dash getting feared, so you'll still in good position even if he fears you. So it's just a really bad matchup for Hui. So, smart pick by Rihi to take advantage of that. We have second drag here spawning pretty soon. Looks like Pyro is kind of rotating over to see if he can get some sort of gank off, but not quite able to. Lots of wards down here for 1IQ. I'm going to say, okay, you guys are going to ban mid, and we're just going to take mid lane. That's fine. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, all of Hui's early lanes are pretty easy, to be honest, regardless of the matchup, but it's the ones like these, once they get to level 6, they tend to be a struggle. But, yep, you're right. Yep. And yep, he can need 100 to 0 the Hui now, and that makes it very tough to be a mage. 1IQ is going to go ahead and group here and force him off this dragon. And so far, to be honest, I have not been very impressed by this Blitz pick. It hasn't really accomplished a whole lot, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, they're just going to go ahead and get that. Nothing KGB can really do. Do not engage. Oh my god. And they stuck around way too long. I will say that did prevent the full Ornn ulti, but I don't think it matters at all. I mean, yeah, 1IQ is just too far ahead. Yone's going to go in and do tons of damage. Meanwhile, the rest of KGB just has to run for the hills, and they're just getting run down. Yep, nothing can be done. Yep. So far, a very dominant start for Team 1IQ. They're putting their one brain cell to good work so far. This red slime comp is gross. Oh yeah, it's a nasty, nasty, nasty pick combo. I would not want to be in a mobile squishy against this 1 IQ comp. That is just it's trouble. And it's accelerated enough that they could just burst whoever they catch, no problem. With the Yone getting big. And yeah, KGB just needed to not be there trying to contest the dragon. It was already gone. 1 IQ had great position on it, and they weren't going to give it up, and they needed to not be here. Yeah, like I like the idea of trying to kill the double enchanter bot lane with Blitzcrank, but it just didn't happen. They didn't really, like they didn't really do it at all. Like they hooked him maybe like 2 or 3 times, but I don't even think it ever got a flash, let alone a kill. So, and Yone's just doing Yone things to this poor Ezreal. Ooh, he barely survives. And meanwhile, a fight breaks out here near the Baron pit. Looks like the Jarvan kind of gets caught out, but the Warren counter engage is going to come through here, and the Jarvan is able to go ahead and heal a bit, and then the rest of the 1 IQ is going to be able to retaliate, following up the Ornn engage. You know. It was a nice idea to try to catch the Jarvan, but yeah, they just didn't have the damage. Did not have the damage. And it's very unfortunate that that Pyro got stuck in a bad matchup here, because you know he's obviously, when you cost 7 points, you're putting so much eggs into that basket, and if it doesn't go well for you, you're almost certainly cooked, right? So, just a bit unfortunate that he ended up getting stuck in a matchup that is very dangerous. I will say, Rihi, this is a cool skin, but I wouldn't say it's $200 cool, but you know, that's just my opinion. And hey, I mean, you're hoping to keep the game free to play, right? Yeah, stuck building Grievous too. Yep. This is interesting. Double recurve bow and Negatron cloak. What does that build into? Is he building a Terminus? Or Wit's End? I actually have no idea what he's building. I'm very curious to see what that ends up turning into. I don't... No, this is Mythic Chroma. This is the Mythic $200 Chroma version. This is the $200 version, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's not right. No. O-N. There we go. More 1 IQ is going ahead and moving in on this Baron. And KGB is just now getting vision, but I don't think they're going to be able to really do anything. And yeah, Pyro's just... Oh, nice flash by Pyro, but unfortunately he's going to get Yoned. He does have the Kale to try to stall, but in the end, all it does is stall. I'll have to ask him. Yeah, I believe it said like Mystic Chroma Peacemaker something Yone. Like I'm fairly certain this is the $200 Mythic variant, but yeah, you'll have to ask him. And it's gonna... Oh, so yeah, no Baron for a 1 IQ, but they decided we'll take your base instead. So they might be able to end right here. We'll see. ahead and get their second dragon here. And yeah, I mean, 1 IQ is up 12,000 gold. I don't really know what you even begin to do as KGB here. I mean, your wave clear is not great either. Hui's wave clear is decent, but it takes time. So it's not that's not the best in the siege. And Ezra wave clear is obviously not very good, and KO wave clear isn't really good until later either. That's tough. I don't know what you do. Yeah, Wit's End. All right. Is Wit's End built out of 2 recurve bows now? I never even knew that. And yeah, 1 IQ is just going to go right back to this Baron, and why not? I don't think they can stop you. It doesn't mean they're not going to try, but yeah, I mean, Ornn ulti is just tough to walk into. He ends up actually getting canceled, not able to do it, but I think it just doesn't matter. They're just too behind. I mean, yeah, KGB played the fight really well, but they're just way too weak. Yep.
Red team double kill.
They're just way too weak. Bring back Hydra on Ezreal. I do remember that. Yep. I do remember. All right, so a very dominant game 1 performance for Team 1 IQ. 15k, 14k gold lead, closed down just under 25 minutes. He got the skin from rerolling, not from spending $200. It's a likely story. I mean, if that's true, then I'm very jealous. Because that is an awesome skin. I would totally use that. I would play Yon more if I had that skin, but alas, I do not. All right. Oh, that's not my page. Here we go. Go ahead and wait for the $200 Yon skin gives in-game stats confirmed. Indeed. All right. Let me see what side both the teams are going to be on here for game 2. Yeah, so yes, they are switching. Okay, let's go ahead and switch over to the draft. We're going to go ahead and switch. Give 1 IQ their 1 win. And then switch on over. And we'll go ahead and wait for them to give us a draft link. Well, whoever said that 1 IQ's comp was really strong if they get rolling, you were right on the money. They killed it. They got rolling and they didn't stop. So good call on that one. Yes, it was you, Bunny, wasn't it? I think that's right. I think I remember that. Do. Yeah, if Yone's getting solo kills in lane, you're in for a bad time against him. That's just how it is. And it's a tough assignment. Yone's hard to play against. I have been on the inting end of a Yone before. I mean, I've been on the getting fed end of a Yone too, but I've definitely been there where you're just some immobile mage and the Yone is just running you down. Yep, I've been there. One thing I find funny about Yone is that before he came out, people loved complaining about Yasuo. I mean, they still do sometimes, but they were like, "Oh, Yasuo's so bullshit. He's so unfair. I hate Windwall. I hate his free shield. Blah blah blah." And I'm like, think about what Yasuo would require to be viable without those tools. You know what he would require? He would be Yone. You think Yone is an improvement over Yasuo? Be honest. I don't think you do. Yasuo is a piece of piss compared to Yone. Riot, hold our beer. Yep. We'll show you annoying. Apparently they're having a bit of trouble with the draft law, so see if they can figure it out. Here we go. Let's see if this works. All right, and here we are with the draft for game two. Team to switch sides. It's going to be one IQ on blue side this time around. We'll see if KGB has seen enough of that Yone and bans it this time around. I would not be shocked. And so far, one IQ, they're not changing anything. They're banning the exact same champs they did last time. And KGB is going to look like they're going to ban the Yasuo again. Honestly, I don't agree with this ban. I know that Wandering Monarch plays it, but I would honestly be okay with that. Like I would let him play it. I think Yasuo ADC is often just as much of a hindrance as he is a help, and I would rather let them have it and pick it if they want to. But would you? I mean, would you rather have faced Yasuo or Seraphine last game? Let's just put it that way. Well, that's just my opinion. Monarch's gonna ban the Hui this time. Okay. So it'll be a final ban here for KGB. Is it going to be Yone? No, it's going to be the Seraphine ban. Interesting. Okay. Meanwhile, first lock-in pick Udyr for 1 IQ. I'm assuming that's going to be the jungle. Interesting choice. To be fair, Udyr is a common pick, jungle pick for Team 1. But the person who usually plays it is not on Team 1 this season, so. And we'll see. And meanwhile, it's going to be Graves coming in. I wonder if that's going to be Pyro and swapping to the jungle to play Graves. That would be an interesting choice. I would like to see that, but we'll see if that's actually what they're doing. And they're gonna bring in the Leona this time. They want a bit more going in power. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And it's gonna be the Senna lock in for 1 IQ. Interesting. I know there's a big fancy schmancy AP Senna Enchanter build going on right now. I think they just nerfed it, but from what I can tell, it's still pretty good. I assume that's what they're going to go with. Already a lot of annoying healing and shielding just from Udyr and Senna. Yep, it's going to be the Senna Ash bot lane. Pretty typical bot lane combo. Let's see if we can go some sort of aggressive bot lane ADC that can try to punish that. We already got half of it with Leona. What ADC do you want to try to go in on that? I mean, you probably could run back the Ezreal again. Or you could go something. You could go something more aggressive in DPS like the Varus. Interesting. Well, KGB ban the Yone here. No, they have a chance. They know that they want IQ Stallions in mid. Yep, and they're gonna go ahead and ban it right now. They don't want any of that again. They're gonna make Rigi play something else. Fair enough. And the Vigar ban again. They must know something. Someone in KGB wants to ban Vigar because they've banned it both times, or play Vigar because they've banned it both times. I always do find teams' various ban strategies in beer league interesting, right? Because obviously you can research your opponents ahead of time, so you kind of know what to expect. And I've obviously done my angle of it as well because I've been on run bans for my teams for about a season and a half. So they must have saw something during their research to make them think that Kate Viger needed to be banned. Assassin mid lane here would be great for KGB. Would be crazy with bot lane roams. Yeah, I agree with that. I know Simino Mas can play Akali. Maybe he'll bust that out. And the Aurelion Soul last pick for our last ban for 1 IQ. Interesting. Oh, did I call it? The Akali mid lane for Simino Mas. Oh, he's going to go Cho'Gath instead. He baited me. He faked me out. That was rude. I'd appreciate that, Mr. Simenamas. Not quite the Cho'Gath, not quite the same tier of assassin as Akali. I really I question this pick a lot against this team that's going to be kiting like crazy. I don't know why you'd pick Cho'Gath, but I don't know. Letting one IQ play double bot, double ADCs instead of double enchanters is low key grief. Yeah, I mean, Senna in her current incarnation is basically an enchanter. She's basically just a heal shield support. She doesn't really do damage. But yeah, then it's going to be a Mumu lock in for IQ. So this is going to be an Udyr top lane then. And meanwhile, it is indeed going to be the Aurora lock in for Rihi, last pick. We knew we were probably going to see it sometime soon in Beer League, and here it is. The Aurora debut. That's scary too, because this is not a very mobile KGB team so far. Yeah, maybe this will be a Cho'Gath top lane for Pat Jones. That could be. I didn't. That was a good point. I still don't think I like the pick, but I guess it would make sense. Then it's going to be a Ziggs last pick. Interesting. I guess you want to kind of stay away from this team, which makes sense, but I don't know if Ziggs would have been the one I would pick, but that's very interesting. Okay. Yeah, very pretty sure Aurora's disabled in all pro leagues. Is that real? Is that true? Really? Aurora's disabled? Why? She's been out for like a month. Yeah, I actually do like the Udyr top. I like it a lot. And yes, Rihi finally made Diamond for the first time after 14 years of playing League. Congratulations to him. Everyone give him a round of applause that no one else can hear. She breaks Chrono Break. Is that what it is? So it's technical issues then. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's kind of lame that they just can't play her in pro because of that. That's really disappointing because Aurora's really cool. Hey, we got a bot. I love our free bots. I unfortunately can't do anything about that. I'm not a Discord Twitch moderator for us, or Discord Twitch moderator. What sentence was that? Um, I'm not a moderator for the Beer League Twitch channel, so I can't do anything about that. If anyone here is watching who is a moderator for the Beer League Twitch channel, can take care of that. That would be cool. But yeah, that's a bummer. I'd like to see Aurora and Plo play. That'd be a lot of fun. And yeah, we still don't even know who's going where. I assume it's not gonna be. I assume it's not gonna be. Like, there's no way it's gonna be Pyro and playing Leona, right? Like, there's no way he's gonna be playing Graves Jungle. That has to be it. And if that's the case, is he gonna? I guess he's gonna swap with Steady Eddie. He's gonna play Leona in the bot lane. I guess that would make sense. Yeah. No, Pyro's listed as support on his team. He's already played mid last game, and it looks like he's gonna play jungle this game. So the boys be lying on their roster sheet. The boys be lying. Uh, well, Wandering Monarch just locked in Ari. Ari, as you may notice, was not one of the champions picked in the champ select. I guess he was supposed to he was supposed to pick Ash, but he accidentally locked in Ari. Whoopsie. Good job, Gentle. They're going to go ahead and run it back on the draft. because someone made an oopsie poopsie. It's actually kind of impressive to misclick Ari instead of Ashe because they're not that close. On like yeah, they both start with A, but there's like 7 champions between them. So I'm not sure how exactly he clicked on Ari instead of Ashe, but oh well. Gentle if you. He hovered Ari for a second again. Oh, Gentle, you are a funny man. I respect that. That was some quality trolling. Some quality trolling, my friend. Interesting. Is it gonna be Pat Jones support on Leona and then Steady Eddie on Show Top? It's looking like how they have it lined up. I guess they are both 1 point. I guess they are kind of interchangeable. You can put them both wherever on what champion they're most comfortable on. I know Pat Jones does play support. I remember he subbed in for support for us a couple seasons ago. All right, while we're waiting for the spectator delay, who do you guys like here for game 2? Team one IQ won game 1 very convincingly. And honestly, looking at the comps, I'd probably pick them to win again this game. They have really nasty engage and pick potential with the Amumu and the Ashe and the Aurora here, and decent solid utility with the Senna and Udyr. I like their team comp a lot. For KGB, I'm a lot less confident. I really don't like this Cho pick. I think he's just gonna get kited like a bitch. But we'll see. I do like the Varus pick, assuming he goes some sort of like on hit DPS build. I think that could be good to burn through the front line of 1 IQ. I'm not a fan of the Ziggs pick. Ziggs is a little unreliable in terms of damage for my taste. And we do have obviously the Graves, which can, Graves is always a threat to pop off. Although there's enough CC on this 1 IQ team that's gonna be tough for Graves to carry, even if he gets big. Lots of AP damage too, which Graves tends to not do as well against. But Pyro is a 7-point jungler for a reason. I presume he's the one on the Graves here. So we'll see. Maybe he can pull a pop off. Yeah. Yeah, I understand the logic of putting Pyro on a carry because, like, yeah, like in a league where the player matchups are more even, I could see you could put a 7-point jungler on Jarvan, but I think you have to put him on some kind of carry just to kind of hope he can out micro people. True, Ziggs Leota R combo is pretty good. I would have liked to have maybe seen like Xerath instead of Ziggs or like Lux instead, but I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. Also, I tend to have very bad luck with Ziggs as a Ziggs enjoyer, so I might just be biased from my own bad experiences. So, yeah. All right. Let me go ahead and switch into game here. We'll go UON, and then we'll Control Shift Z to zoom out a little bit. And yep, people are indeed in the roles we thought they were. It's going to be Easy Eddie top on show, Pyro on Graves jungle, and Pat Jones on Leona bot.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Looks like they're going to do some kind of five stack invade play here. Level 1 for Team 1 IQ. I like it. They definitely have the invade potential with the Ashe and the Senna and the Amumu. Oh, yeah, they shouldn't commit too much to this though. Did get scenes they're just going to go ahead and walk out. They got a ward out of the deal. It's not bad.
Minions have spawned.
I will say that one thing that and Pyro was actually gonna start their blue buff, but he is gonna get kind of found out here. Unfortunately, Amumu already leveled up W, so he's not gonna be able to stun the Graves, although he's gonna go ahead and die anyway. I think he's just gonna get run down. Well, he actually might escape. He might have to throw Choke out to the Wolves to do so, but he is gonna escape. Unfortunately, that means he's gonna be super duper late to start his jungle. And that was a very dangerous attempted level 1 starting play there for Pyro. He's going to go right to his red buff. And Moon's going to follow him because, I mean, why not? He's going to walk right into him, and is he going to get him? Yeah, but he's going to get him too. Yep. Pyro is well known for his love of invading, but sometimes it ends really badly, like that. So, yeah, that's a really rough start for Team KGB in a game they need to win to keep the series going, so not great. Not great. Meanwhile, Ree's going kind of aggressive here on the Ziggs, and the Ziggs is just trading right back, but yeah, I mean, Aurora's just going to win this. Aurora's just a better duelist than Ziggs, so... yeah, did you see the crazy mechanics on that Amumu level 1 kill? He walked up and pressed W. It was crazy, bro. I don't know how he did it. Yeah, I mean... yeah, I mean, Team 1 IQ is already up about 1,000 gold 3 minutes into the game. That is tough, but Pyro, he is not deterred. He might have died. He's going right back in. And unfortunately, he gets the buff smite up from him. He's going to go down again. And he doubles down on the invade and just... Dunny is not intimidated by this 7-point jungler. He is not... he's not intimidated at all. He's going right in and challenging him. And honestly, I don't blame Pyro for doing that, because you're already so far behind. I feel like you have to do something to try to slow down the move's momentum. But he just wasn't able to get it. Caster, you better clip these. What do you mean, bro? It's not my job to clip them. I don't even think I can clip them. I don't have access to the Beer League channel. I thought they saw him on Raptors, did they? They might have. Yeah. Well, so far, disastrous start for Team KGB. Graves is still level 2, 4.5 minutes in. Finally able to get his level 3. That is tough. Ooh, meanwhile, Gank's going to come off on Ree here in the mid lane. Graves has kind of got a good flank on him, but Ree should be able to just walk out of this. In fact, he's going to get counter-ganked by the Amumu. Ree is able to get away, and Amumu is then able to finish off the Ziggs. Yeah, that's tough. He might go down here, too, if he's not careful. Yep, he's going down again. Yep. We're going in mental boom mode here for Pyroan, I think. That is tough. Ugh. Meanwhile, a fight kind of breaking out here in the bot lane. Trying to finish up the Senna. Oh, she is going to go down to the Knight from the Leona. WTF is this game indeed. Pyro's trying to make big plays, and they're blowing up in his face. That's tough. That is tough. And yeah, that was the last Typical Knight, too. I was surprised that got the kill. I didn't think he was going to get it. Well, Team 1 IQ already up about 2,000 gold, which is about as good as you can hope for an early game. And Pyroan's just going for it again. He is not deterred. He's going right for this Amumu, but I mean at this point I think I guess Amumu doesn't back yet, but I mean Amumu is just kicking his ass, bro. Dunny is not deterred. Like he is giving poor Graves the business right now. So that's rough. I mean he even has 2 longsword advantage, and he still loses. I mean, people say Amumu is weak early. I don't know if I buy it. Like, whenever I see Amumu get into scraps with people early, he kicks their asses. So, I don't know. Yeah, 0-4 start for Pyro. That's rough. And we'll gank here on the Ziggs. He's going to go ahead and go down. Oh, man. Yeah, 3K gold lead already for Team 1 IQ. Yeah, I get what Pyro's trying to do, too, but, you know, Graves is weak to magic damage, especially early. Mumu does a lot of damage early. He's ahead for the XP. I mean, I get you want to invade and try to get some of the momentum back, but there's just no way. So, that is tough. And yeah, it's tough when your team that you've invested 10 of your 15 points into is 0-7 at the 7-minute mark. That is really rough. Hollow Radiance. It does seem kind of like a really sad move to do in this situation, right? Like, I get why he did it, but that's lame, bro. Come on, where's the Leandres, bro? Come on. Oh. And Graves is going to go ahead and try to get a gang up on this Udyr. Does he have the damage? Yes, he does. Finally, something goes good for Pyro in this game. It's a terrible item. It is a terrible item. It's sad. You know, another solo kill for Rihi in the mid lane, but there is a bit of a fight breaking out in the bot lane here. They are able to kill the Senna, but there's a get coming in from the Amumu, and I think Leona's just going to go ahead and go down and return. Yep. And Leona's going... Oh! Bit of a wasted flash there by Pat Jones. Not that I'm sure that it matters, but... Yeah, Hollow Radiance is a sad item. It's really sad. The only thing that's good about it is the little... Like, it feels good to farm with it and nuke have the little explosions that kills the minions, but other than that, it's a terrible item. So, yeah, it's just not worth it. Yeah, it's better in lane because you can use it to push waves really fast, but in jungle, yeah. I mean, if you look at it, this has, what, 25 less AD or 25 less MR than Spirit Visage? For 20 damage a second? Who cares? The wave clear is fake on most champs. Yeah, kinda. While they're going to go ahead and catch Empirical behind the tower. No Mumu ulti though, so and he gets Varus ulted and stuck under the tower. He ends up taking a bunch of tower shots. He ends up going down. That's a nice shutdown for Empirical. He's going AP Varus. Very interesting. Okay. And 1IQ got Dragon at some point. I'll be honest, I'm having a little bit of trouble following the details of this game with how lopsided it started, but I will try to lock in. Yeah. No, you're right. I agree with your logic on that, Nanya. I agree. Especially when you're fed. Like if you want wave clear to kill minions faster, just go Leandries. You're a Mumu. You know? You already AoE everything. What do you need Hollow Radiance for? So, yep, I agree with you. You know, Graves trying to get a gank off on the Aurora, but Aurora's decided, no, you're not going to do that, and she's going to one-shot him back in return. Yikes. I mean, Sunfire isn't good either, but at least the damage scales up better. Whereas, what's the damage? I mean, the damage ratio is not that high on Hollow Radiance. I don't know why they didn't give it ramping damage too. Did they really think the Desolate passive was so worthwhile that it didn't need to ramp up damage? I guess so. Yeah. I was so sad when they took 150 HP off of Sunfire to give it cooldown reduction. Like, that's not a worthwhile trade. Especially when the item scales off of HP. Yeah. Meanwhile, a dive going here on the top lane. That's going to be Cho going down. All 6 scrubs for 1IQ they got at some point. The other one that's edgy. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm gonna try to see if they can get a gank off here on this Ashe. Ooh, solid ulti by Varus, but ooh. Yeah, unfortunately they don't quite have the damage. Graves does have the ulti. He's gonna go ahead and take down the Ashe, but the Aurora is in pursuit here. Doesn't want to go too crazy. Unending Despair. Yeah, that's the one. Unending Despair. Well, that's another armor item too. Like if you want like an MR item to start, what do you buy? Spirit Visage? I actually don't know. I remember back when everyone was doing Chaotic Recurrent first because it was super overpowered, but nobody really builds that anymore, I don't think. Mercs? I guess that's true, Mercs. Ooh, and a bit of an Ashe arrow here on the Ziggs, right into the gank, and he's going to go down. It's tough. Just dodge abilities instead of getting MR. True. Ooh, and then Rihi's doing some jukes on him to style on him. Probably more flashy than helpful, but, you know. Force of Nature, Spirit Visage are fine. Yeah. Probably Spirit Visage on most champions, I would think. Maybe Force of Nature if you're against, like, a Teemo or something, but yeah, I agree with that. The gold lead actually has closed a bit. One still only up about 3,000 now. I guess they have gotten a few shutdowns. Had it caught up a bit in CS. Obviously, they're still getting all the objectives though. Ooh, and then Udyr was able to get a solo kill up on the Cho'Gath up here. That AP Udyr burn damage with Leandries is tough. So Jeff, tell me this. I actually don't know. What level are you allowed to get a rank 6 ability on Udyr? I actually have no idea when you're allowed to put the 6th skill point in. So I'd love to know. I'm just curious. Yeah, Pyro's able to go top and get another kill. So despite his horrible start, he's only down 900 gold now, which is wild. Yeah, only down 900 gold to the Amumu. Only down 3 farm, too. Is it 11? I have no idea. That's why I'm asking. Jeff would be the one to know as an Udyr enjoyer. 11 would make sense, right? Like, logically, that would make sense, but I have no idea. I mean, allowed is impossible or normal. Like, yeah, like, when is it allowed? Like, what level will they let you put the 6 point into an ability? Like, you know how you can't put in your 5th point until level 9? Like, what level do you need to be put in the 6 point? I don't know, 1 point per and then max R. Fair enough. Dude doesn't even know. Alright, and then they're going to do a bit of a catch here. Or they thought they had a bit of a catch, but Aurora just comes in and one-shots everybody. And yeah, that's the Fed Aurora experience right there. That is tough.
Be free. Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed.
It is level 11. Alright, makes sense. Good to know. Now, does the 6th point, like, is it bigger than the other points, or is it, like, linear? It looks like it's linear. Yeah. It's just a linear extra of that extra. Okay, stop doing that. Yeah, it's just one extra linear points where there's nothing like special about that final point. Okay. Abyssal Mask on a Mumu is disgusting. There we go. That's a proper item on a Mumu. I like that a lot more. I mean, Abyssal Mask in general is criminally underbuilt right now. Like 30% armor or 30% magic pen shred is insane. Meanwhile, they're trying to catch up the Aurora here. They're going to get her. Nope, they're not going to get her. She's able to pull off a very nice juke with the ulti. She is going to have to abandon this tower, though. Yes, Leander's into Abyssal Mask, especially if you're going to go conquer a Mumu. You don't go conquer a Mumu and then build a tank on him first. What's that? Disagree, Dunny, disagree.
Turret has been destroyed. Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Oh, Abyssal's 100% gonna, like, people are gonna figure it out how busted it is, and they're gonna start spamming it, and then Riot will nerf it. Like, this is clearly one of those cases where Riot just, like, takes an item that's underused and makes it OP to, like, draw attention to it, and then they'll nerf it afterwards, like they just did with Warmogs. And yeah, Riki has been absolutely cooking this series. He's showed that Diamond 4 of his is no fluke. He's in the big leagues now. Popping off. So much for that gap closing. Back up to about 6,500 for team 1IQ. Oh. I don't know if you want to go for that, Graves. I think she killed you. And Rihi's actually gone for the Medjez as well. He's tempting fate with that item purchase, but it's fair when he's this big. And yeah, 1IQ is going to go ahead and move into position here for their third dragon. Oop. And he's going to go ahead and go in, land a nice ulti to trap 4 members of, yeah. I mean, regardless of the state of the game, like, yeah, it's already not good. I don't know if you guys can even hear me, but there we go. Regardless of the state of the game, obviously 1IQ is way ahead, but KGB is just way too immobile to deal with an Aurora. Like that Aurora, like you saw it, like that Aurora ult just, it captured all of them and none of them could escape. They were just helpless. They were just getting the crap beat out of them because they couldn't, they only have like what? They have Graves dash and Ziggs W. So it's AP Varus too. I did question that as well. You already have AP mid and AP top. Why are you going AP Varus? I find it very questionable. And yeah. Ooh, they finally do take down raid boss Rihi. But the Nexus is unfortunately going to go down, so that's going to be it. And that concludes the first series of Beer League for Season 10. Very dominant showing by Team 1IQ. They put their one brain cell to good use in both these games. Rihi really popped off. And yeah, well played to them. A very, very rough start for KGB. Hopefully they can kind of figure it out and rebound. And yeah, that concludes the first series. I know we have a couple more tomorrow. Let me see. We have... let me switch to this so I can look at my sneaky Discord here. Tomorrow we have PSR versus LS at 7 Central. And then right after them, we're going to have 2 versus HH at 9 Central. So two sets of series tomorrow. So, or doubleheader action for Wednesday night. And yeah, I guess that concludes our first stream. Well played. Team 1IQ. Tough break for Team KGB. And yeah, let's go ahead and conclude the first stream. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.